I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Rugged Ridge 8-pillar light mount kit fitting all 2007 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the installation of this kit, which I am going to give a 2 out of 3 wrenches because you do have to do some wiring to get this installed. This does not come with a wiring harness, and most wiring harnesses that you can purchase would be for one light, so again you would still have to do some wiring to get all 4 of these lights hooked up. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the other features of this kit. This is a light mount kit because, as you can see, it includes not only the mounts but also the lights to go with them, making this a very simple one-stop shop. So if you are somebody who's looking to add some lighting to your 8-pillars and you're interested in having a dual setup where you have 2 lights on either 8-pillar, this is going to be an option that gives you everything you need in the box as far as the mounts and the lights themselves go. Because you are purchasing these together, you can rest assured that the lights are going to fit onto the brackets without a problem. However, as I said before, these do not include any wiring harness, so you are going to have to do a little bit of wiring for these. Because these are Rugged Ridge lights, which are a quality light, but they're not going to be at the top of the spectrum, this whole kit is going to be a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones on the market. And as I said before, the convenience of having a one-stop shop is a really nice feature. The brackets that are included in this kit will fit right onto your 8-pillars using all of the factory hardware, making installation very, very simple. And these lights are designed for a traditional single post mount, which these brackets do accept. So again, getting everything mounted up is going to be a very simple process. The brackets are steel covered in a textured black powder coat finish, which is going to do a nice job of matching most aftermarket bumpers and also the factory plastic black accents that are on your JK. The lights themselves have an aluminum body and have 4 CREE LEDs, putting out a total of 16 watts per light, which is going to be a good amount of light for what most of us use our lights for. And the fact that you have 4 lights means that even if each of the lights isn't quite as bright, by the time you add up 4 of them, you do have a good bit of light output. Now, anytime you're mounting lights on the 8-pillar, it's usually recommended that you use a spotlight. And the spot beam is a nice narrow beam that keeps light from bouncing off the hood back into your eyes as the driver, which can ruin your night vision. Now, these lights are a driving beam, which is a low, wide beam. Not quite as low and wide as a fog beam, but it is a low, wide beam. So there is a chance you're going to get a little bit of bounce back off of your hood with the beam pattern that's included with these lights. Now, it's not the end of the world. Some of you it won't bother. Some of you might not have even noticed it if I didn't mention it. However, if you do a lot of research, most people that have been running lights in the 8-pillar location for a long time will recommend a spot pattern, and I thought it was worth pointing out that these are a driving pattern. However, there are a lot of benefits to running 4 lights on your 8-pillar. I personally like the fact that you could, if you decided to change some of these lights out, run 2 different beam patterns. You could have a flood pattern that is aimed more out toward the gutters and a spot pattern out in front of you. You can switch these independently or as pairs. You could put color change film on some of the lights and not others. You have a lot of flexibility when you're running 4 lights on the 8-pillars, and with this kit you get all 4 of those lights and you get the mount. So the installation of this kit is a very simple process. However, I am giving this a 2 out of 3 wrenches for installation because even though what you see on the table is easy to install, this does not come with a wiring harness and the lights are no good if you don't have them hooked up. Getting these wired up is going to be a little bit of a challenge unless you have a comfort level with automotive wiring. Most of the wiring harnesses that you can purchase are only for a single light, so even if you purchase something like that, you would still have to do a little bit of work to get all 4 of these lights hooked up properly. Now, the first step in the installation is removing the 4 windshield hinge cover bolts, setting your bracket in place, and replacing those 4 bolts holding the bracket to the Jeep. After that, it's a simple matter of using the included hardware to mount the light onto the bracket, and that part is done. Again, very, very simple. That part of the process will take you less than an hour, probably closer to a half hour. All you need is a Torx bit and you're finished up with that. However, these lights do have a weatherproof connector on them, but they also have a 2-wire pigtail that you will have to pick up power and ground from, and that's where the wiring comes in. You can wire these and switch them a lot of different ways. Again, you can switch them independently, you can pair them up, You have a lot of flexibility as far as that goes, but these are lights that you're going to have to do some work to get wired up. So if you're not comfortable with automotive wiring, if you wanted to install them to save yourself a little bit of money and take them to a shop to have them wired, that's certainly an option. Or if you are comfortable with automotive wiring, you can get these wired up in a variety of different ways. At right around $250, I think that this is a fairly priced kit. Now, there are LED light cubes out on the market where you can get 4 of them and a pair of wiring harnesses for far less than what they're selling this kit for. But when you are talking about lighting, you usually get what you pay for. I think that these lights do put out a good amount of light. They're gonna hold up pretty well. They look pretty good. The bracket is well built. I think all of these things put together put this right in the middle of the road as far as quality and light output and aesthetics. So I think that they are priced accordingly, again, right in the middle of the road. So if you're looking to add some auxiliary lighting onto your JK and you like the idea of having 2 lights per A-pillar because of the flexibility that it offers, this is a one-stop shop, everything in the box except for the wiring, that you're going to need from the bracket to all 4 of the lights. Now, if you are looking for the top quality, best light output, best beam pattern, you're probably going to want to look at one of those top priced lights on the market. However, for what most of us use our Jeeps for, these lights are going to be more than enough, and having them mount on the A-pillar on these brackets makes installation very, very simple. So that's my review of the Rugged Ridge A-pillar light mount kit fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.